Boom.
Yes. Biddly bo. Yes, yo. Here we go. Ain't nobody down round here. We're not on tour no more. We're back in the usual spot. You know what time it is. We can introduce him this time. We were out searching for him last time, but we've got him this time. Get that badger in and on and over here. We've got plenty to talk about. It's time to get serious. We've had fun. Parag's got 4 points out of 2 games. He didn't have the best start to his managerial career. Obviously with the draw. But Borough, we ground out a good result. So Parag's on the bandwagon. He's got his first win. Yeah, it's Parag. Yeah, Parag still picks the team. So it'll be interesting to see what's next for my man Parag, really. Pascal Struijk is out for the season, which is a shame, but we go with Ampadu and Rodon as the centre-backs. I spoke at length about this for months and into even last year. I think it probably is our best centre-back partnership on the basis that Ampadu's excellent on the ball and his passing range is far better, and I don't think we get particularly exposed by centre-forwards. I think Rodon and Ampadu are nowhere near as good physically, defensively as Pascal Struijk. But I think for the final 5 games, we should be all right with Ampadu and Rodon. That shores it up. The only issue we have there is obviously we've got Rothwell out now, so it leaves us slightly short. We're back to sort of like having 2 centre midfielders because, as much as Gilavogi's a good lad and he was laughing at Tanaka the other day when he were beefing on the floor, we don't really want Gilavogi in there from the start, do we? So we'll be Gruev and Tanaka in middle, which I think is a perfectly fine partnership. I also think Gruev's decent on ball in deep areas, so it means Ampadu can potentially, it can go for a wander potentially at times. Rodon can go for a wander, and Gruev's always sort of like his first thought is to defend, isn't it? So I think it's the best partnership going forward. I think once we get into the Prem, I want Ampadu back into centre midfield, and I want us to sign a centre back, really, somebody to challenge Pascal. I do feel as though Rodon can get bullied a little bit by big centre forwards, so it'll be interesting to see how we get on next season. But I do think it'll probably be Pascal into next season. I don't think he'll be getting the move that everybody sort of mooted at the start of last season. It's going to be interesting to see if James can get back. Obviously, Dan James is a massive miss. Who does he go in there? People are talking about Nonto. Nonto was a bit of a doubt, but he's not mentioned him in the press conference, to my knowledge, unless it slipped my mind. Unless I got distracted with my cup of tea, because I were having my cup of tea stuck to my biscuits cup, stuck to my cookies. We won't fiddle too much with that as it is. Schmidt would be a decent shout. He seems higher up on the pecking order. He actually carries with the ball. He carries the ball in wide areas. He's right-footed, so he carry it similar to James does. But I think he'll probably go Nonto, Solomon Aronson. I don't think he goes Bamford up top. I think he sticks with Peru, Peral, Parisley. So it'll be Nonto for me. I think there's an outside chance he does just slap Ramazani in there, but the key is to be strong performance yet again. Let's just dig down. Preston aren't the best team in the world, but they've got naught to worry about. They've got naught to particularly play for. They're comfortably safe. They're nowhere near playoffs. It can either release them a little bit and unshackle them. I don't know whether in Championship the lower clubs still get the bonuses for finishing higher or win bonuses and all this stuff. So they're going to want to come and upset it, aren't they, ultimately? But I'm just hoping Ellen Road's absolutely bang up for it. And I hope it's rocking, which I think it will do. I think it will be. I just hope we get off to a good start and nobody starts to get a bit edgy. Could get a little bit edgy on the basis that Burnley play Norwich tonight, so we could have it all to do. Burnley, the draw merchants. I've been saying for weeks their goals will dry up. Long behold, the other day, their goals dried up and they had another boring draw. Sheffield obviously slipped up, which puts us top at league, but it does mean tomorrow or tonight they kick off in 35 minutes to me, but by the time this is uploaded, you'll be like, it's already kicked off, you fucking jenk. It's already kicked off, you fucking dick slap. I'm no statistician, but that is bullshit. That is bollocks. That lad doesn't do but talk bollocks. He says a whole lot of notes, as everybody seems to comment. Yeah, he spends a lot of time spending a whole lot of notes. Oh. We have turned our form around. We need to prove it tomorrow with a big, solid performance. Get the boys back on board and flying again. I actually think if we get another 3 points tomorrow, I think it sets the ball rolling real nicely. We're on a little bit of a roll. 2 wins on bounce. Top at league quite comfortably, even though, depending on how Burnley get on tonight. we're hoping really, obviously, you want Burnley to lose tonight, but a draw or a loss, and we go and win tomorrow will give us that little cushion again, that 2-point cushion. And obviously, Sheffield United are currently 2 points behind us. My man Warnock was going in the other night, which I thought was piss funny on the officials and stuff. I've been getting pelters for some reason because I mentioned the officials the other day. There's a time to mention the officials, and then there's a time to say why we did or didn't win a football game. Now, we won the game. I mentioned the officials because the officials made it harder for us. My point with the officials is, if we 1-0 up or it's 0-0 and we get a shitty decision, you've got to do better than that. We did better than that against Borough. We still got the job done. We dug in. It didn't go 1-1 and then everybody started kicking off about the linesmen. Get the job done first. Farker has had a phone call off of whoever the organisation is, which we knew they'd come out with some bullshit, wouldn't they? So he has had a phone conversation and said it was positive and all that stuff, So, but Farker being the man that he is, he didn't want to sort of disclose too much. Bamford won't be starting tomorrow. I don't actually. The further I go into this, the more I'm beginning to think that Bamford won't start a game to the end of the season. But in the back of my head, I still feel like he might. So I just contradicted myself within 10 seconds. But I don't think he starts Saturday. I think he'll stick with Peru. I think really he wants to get Peru easily firing. If he gets us a couple of goals to end the season, it could really make the difference for us. But we've got to turn up. I just want to mention about Tanaka breaking down, because there's been a thing with him because he said, "Oh, I'm empty. I don't know, boss, I'm empty." It's like, and we've over-egged this. We've over-egged the pudding on the basis that, everybody said that he sort of collapsed. He hasn't collapsed. He's not exhausted. I don't think English is particularly his strong point right now. I think it will not have ever been able to envisage the amount of pressure put on him by a club like Leeds United in a championship. Do you know what I mean? He's come from Bundesliga to where, the pressure perhaps isn't as much, or certainly the spotlighting on you as much. But he's come straight in start of the season. He's been a fan favourite. They were singing his name right from the very beginning. We're here now. All aboard the bullshit bus! And I know this to be bullshit because it just is bullshit. They're talking about Ramsdale. There's some shit about Ramsdale. Obviously, he's been relegated again. That top-class goalkeeper. Now, I'm only kidding. I actually think Ramsdale's a decent keeper. But apparently West Ham are in for him. I can't see it. I think that's a bit of a pipe dream. I don't know who we will be signing in net. I think we need a goalkeeper, a centre-back, and a number 10, and a centre-forward, really. I think that's where we really need to look to be strengthening. We're apparently willing to sell Meslier, silent S, so make that what you will. That'll make a lot of you happy. But the main thing is right here, right now, is don't worry about what Burnley do tonight. I'm going to look just because it's interesting. I'm not going to watch it. But tomorrow I'll be at the ground. I'll be there in all my might and all my slight and all my swipe and all my shite. And I will be singing at the top of my voice for as long as I can physically fancy it. For as long as I can physically last, I will be singing at the top of my voice, boys. Yes, I will. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's get up for it, boys. I'll do an instant reaction when I get home from ground, or I might even go up Beeston Hill and film one like a fucking dickhead. I might do it like that. How's about that then? Will you like that? A bit more on tour. I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is. Boom.